Okay, welcome back to the Vantage Point YouTube channel for another random Status Quo song review. Another 5 minutes of dull chat with very little insights. And this week our random number generator's got a song 285, so on my list of Quo songs that is I Knew the Bride, so we're going a bit obscure with a bit of a deep cut here. I Knew the Bride was originally on the B-side of Little White Lies. The second single from the album, I think charted about 38 or something, so obviously this song won't have made it out to many listeners, as obviously the single will be long since deleted now. You can pick up this track on the remastered versions of the album. Right, this is from digitally remastered in 2011, it says. I Knew the Bride was one of the bonus tracks along with Sea Cruise and 20 Wild Horses. The song was originally written by Nick Lowe for Dave Edmunds, who of course is known in Quo circles as the producer of Rolling Home and Red Sky. Nick Lowe went on to record his own version of the song in the mid-80s, which was produced by the legend that is Huey Lewis, and he had the News as his backing band, and Huey played some harmonica on that version. There is no harmonica on the Quo version. I think they've stuck more to the arrangement of the Dave Edmunds version from the 70s. And although it's a song written in the 70s, it does have a real 50s feel to it, real 50s rock and roll feel. And so you'd kind of think that would be up Quo's street, being that I assume that a lot of their influences are from the 50s rock and roll. But I think although Quo's influences are there, they don't kind of play, or at least they didn't play in that kind of 50s style. They took it and well, kind of toughened it up, give it a bit more backbone and a bit more power. I think that's exemplified if you listen to the original Carol by Chuck Berry, and then you listen to the Never Too Late version. There's they've really transformed the song from the 1950s version. But whereas with I Knew the Bride, they haven't really. They just kind of played it in that style of rock and roll, and it sounds a bit kind of small and a bit timid, shall we say. The opening chords are quite nice. They're quite nice and big, but then it just seems to really, the whole thing seems to come down and become quite narrow, and just to that old 50s rock and roll beat chugging along, which is fair enough and not too bad. It just I don't think it particularly grabs me. I mean, it goes along a decent lick, a bit of toe tapping beat to it, but I think maybe if you'd been in the room when they were recording it, it might have sounded quite powerful and in your face if you were there seeing them play it with it, the whole backline in front of you. But it's a recorded piece that I don't get that impression when I sit and listen to it at home. It doesn't really grab me in any way. Yeah, so it's a pretty basic song. There's not much change between the verses and the chorus, and we're quite faithful to that Dave Edmunds version. They haven't really made it their own, I would say. There's a guitar solo from Rossi, which is fine. It's not doesn't come searing out and grab you, or it doesn't have a great melody that you could whistle along to after. I mean, I've just played it a couple of times and I can't remember really how it went. So yes, it's stuck on a B-side, and that's probably it suits it. I don't think it was worthy of being on the Under the Influence album. There's a lot better material at that time. So just a very, very deep cut in the Quo catalogue. So I think I'm just going to stick it in my occasional listen, because it's definitely not a skipper. It's not one that I go, oh, I can't listen to this. You know, I can listen to it, but just probably haven't done that many times. Being that for many years it was just on the B-side of a single. So yes, an occasional listen. And worryingly after, this is what, the 62nd or 63rd review, and I put more songs into the occasional listen category than anything else. Hopefully maybe that's just how the random song generator's gone, and it's not actually an indication that actually I don't like Quo very much at all. I don't think that's the case. You never know, maybe in the coming weeks we'll get a nice run of great songs to talk about. But until then, if you've made it this far into the video, thanks for watching, and maybe see you in another video sometime. Cheers.
It's the war of the dead, it's the war of the dead, our soldiers are